Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. The little Archangel Uriel, and Flight boss here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And first and foremost, happy motherfucking flight day. Go, go. Man, motherfucking, we talking about Scorpios. We sliding in motherfucking Scorpio season. So if you're a Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, this motherfucking video is for you. So right now, let's get into it. Let's talk about the sun first. The sun is what you're consciously aware of, how you consciously see things and what other people can see from you. And you know, it's how you act. It's your actions. So, you know what I'm saying? By being in fixed water, being fixated on his own emotions and feelings and things of that nature, it's going to be certain motherfucking things that you don't want people to see from you. It's going to be certain actions and certain attributes that you don't show people because this is it's kind of sacred. But you only show people what you want to show because off the bat, your actions and the way you see things is predicated on your own desires, your own motivations, your own passions, what you're motivated to do in this world. So if you're around certain frequencies and vibrations, aka people, places, and things that don't match your vibration and frequency, slowly but shortly you'll find yourself sliding away from these people until you find the right locations of people that you can surround yourself in. Because the water likes to absorb, water likes to surround itself in things. So it goes deep when it comes into Scorpio because you deeply think about these things. So you'll find yourself wanting to take yourself in and out of crowds and groups of people based upon because you deeply feel like this may not take you where you want to go. So you make yourself a part of things and you may separate yourself from things. Now, when we talk about the moon is who you are, your emotional reactions and your emotional response to things. So it's also in Scorpio. So off the bat, who you are and your emotional reactions, you react to your own desires, and you only know how to react to your own response. So a lot of times when you catch vibes and catch feelings, these are the only things you reacted to. So a lot of times you become very stale to others. You become very cold to others. So this can make you a very harsh person to be around at times because a lot of times you're never considering another person's emotions and feelings, or you're never considering who another person is, or who they are, or how they act and how they see things, because a lot of times it don't match how you see things and how you act, or what makes you comfortable. So a lot of times that's like nobody. Nobody's gonna match uh, who you are and how you genuinely act, and no one's gonna think genuinely 100% like you. So you know what I'm saying, with this moon, with this sun and moon sign, this acts a lot like if your sun was in Scorpio and your moon was in Aries. Or if your sun was in Aries and your moon was in Scorpio, and vice versa. Or if you had a double Aries, with the sun and your moon being in Aries. This is the same shit right here. You know, this is just an emotional way. You know what I'm saying? But you're dealing with the same emotional vibrations, and moodiness and not being comfortable with people. A lot of times you'll find yourself hating people. You know what I'm saying? You'll find yourself hating circumstances and hating situations because really deep down inside you're just trying to find someone or a place or thing that match your vibration 100%. But you have to come to a conclusion at one point in time that you're never going to find that in this world. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? You even find yourself thinking at times, not like your kids like that, or if you got kids or some, or your family, because they don't match your 100. And you have to understand this is an impossible goal to reach. You see what I'm saying? This is not a goal that you can kind of reach. You know what I'm saying? So once you understand that, you'll start knowing how to relax and start jumping in the mechanism of thinking like, oh, okay, it is what it is, and start feeling relaxing with yourself. But it's a gift and a curse to everything. Now the gifts you got with this is you're very determined, you're very motivated to get your own desires, to get your own passions, and you'll never give up. You're fixated on your own on your own way of seeing things, your own way of feeling about things. So when you do learn something, you get the full conjust of it. You know way more about it than anybody else because you didn't went the extra mile. You didn't dive the most deepest into it. You didn't analyze the most realms of realities into it. You didn't see the most behind the scenes realms of it. You didn't know the most alternative motives of it. So when you get some money, you off the back know how people act. You know what I'm saying? Or you off the back know who a person is based upon how they based upon just them being in your presence. They don't even gotta say nothing. They can just be. You off the back know a whole person's totality because it's just like you just know that the inners of mankind. men and women. Like women, you just know how a female is. This what makes you not like friends, not like having friends, because just being just being in the presence of another certain female, you'll be like, I already know how she is. This ain't even somebody I want to be cool with. And you just have this talent. Now with this talent, with y'all Scorpio sun, Scorpio moons, y'all have to understand and know not to go too far and dive too deep into that world, because you'll find yourself not having no friends. You'll find yourself not being able to get from point A to point B. You'll find yourself not knowing what's your purpose. You'll find yourself being too closed off. Now, once you know, let's go back to square one. Once you know that you have these powers, start jumping in mechanisms and utilizing it. Start knowing how to use it and start being like good manipulators. You see what I'm saying? And I hate to use the word manipulative, but start utilizing your power and start sitting in the nature like, okay, it is what it is, and I just know I'm in humanity right now. So let me make this shit work because I already know what it is. So start utilizing this shit for your advantage. You know what I'm saying? If you already know how this motherfucker is, then utilize for this motherfucker for how dumb this motherfucker is. If you know how smart this motherfucker is, then utilize that person for how smart they is. Now I'm not saying use people, but what I'm saying is, you know what I mean. This is a behind the scenes realm type of energy right here. You know what I'm saying? This is not surface level. You know what I'm saying? You know that if you need a job, you know how to you get up and get a job, but you know how to step into the behind the scenes realm to know what kind of job you should be looking for. You see what I'm saying? You know, all right, this the kind of job that I'd be good at, and I know I get along with these type of people here. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get into a job like, oh, I just need a job, but I know I won't get along with these people here, because you already in that mechanism and realm of reality where you already know the mankind and the mechanism for man and woman. You see what I'm saying? You see, that's what I mean by it. Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. Goddamn, man.